Chapter 10, Lesson 3, Surface Area of Prisms and Cylinders. Go ahead and pause here, but make all of these formulas on a clean sheet of paper so that we can use it for the quizzes and the tests. Okay, so we're starting with lateral area and surface area of figures described. This is a right square prism. Basically looks like that. With the base perimeter of 8, which since it's a square, that means each of these sides is 2, so we know the perimeter is 8. And the height of the prism is 5, so this whole height here is 5. And it wants first the lateral area. Well, for the lateral area, we just have to do the perimeter, which we already know is 8, times the height, which is 5, and that would give me 40 inches squared. That's the lateral area. Now for the surface area, that's if we want to cover the entire surface of something. So we need to add on both of the bases. So like the bottom here of the prism, like this bottom section, and then the top section here. So we need to take our 40 inches and we're going to add 2 of the bases. Well, the base is a 2 by 2 square, so that means they are 4. And so my total would be 48 inches squared. So notice in our surface area for a prism, the LA is standing for the lateral area. So you do that first and then you add on the 2 bases. The next one is a right cylinder with a radius of 5 and a height of 3. So first we have to do the lateral area, which again, it says perimeter times height. Well, a circle doesn't have a perimeter, it has a circumference. So if our radius is 5, our diameter is 10. And so to find the perimeter or the circumference, I'm going to do pi times diameter, so 10 pi, and then times it by the height, which is 3. So that would give me about 30 pi, 94.2 meters squared. Then for the surface area, I'm going to take the side area, the lateral area, which is 94.2, and add on 2 bases. Well, in this picture, my bases are here. They're these circles, and the circle is pi radius squared plus 2 pi 25 for a total of 251.3 meters squared. Find the lateral area and the surface area for each figure. So again, for the lateral area, we need the perimeter of the base, which is a circle. So it's actually the circumference. My radius is 2, so my diameter is 4. So it's pi times diameter, 12.56 or 12.57. And then for my surface area, I'm going to have my lateral area plus 2 bases, and these bases are circles, and so that is pi r squared plus 2 pi 4 for a total surface area of 37.7. On this next one, my base is a triangle. So for its lateral area perimeter, I'm just going to do 3 plus 4 plus 5, which gives me 12, times the height. Oh, I forgot to add the height on this last one. Did I forget to add the height on the cylinder too? No, that one I remember the height. Shoot, this one I did wrong because I forgot the height, which was 7. So actually my lateral area was 87.96 plus 2 pi 4, 113.1. Sorry about that. Okay, so back to this one. Now we've done our perimeter times our height, and 12 times 8 is 96. Then I'm meant to add to that two bases, and these bases are triangles, and the formula for the triangle is half the height times the base, and of this triangle, we're looking at a base of 3 and a height of 4. 96 plus 12. 108. Okay, number 3 is looking again for perimeter, which says that these sides are 2.5, and 6 and 6 would give me 12 plus 5, which is 17. So for my lateral area, I'm going to do 17 times the height of my prism is 4, which is 68 feet squared. Then for my surface area, I'm going to take the 68 plus 2, and these bases are rectangles, and they are 6 by 2.5. So I have 68 plus 2 times 6 times 2.5 is 98 feet total. Okay, number 4 is a little difficult because when we're talking about the lateral area, we have to take into consideration the fact that if I was going to paint this, I would have to paint the inside of this little prism in there. So we're actually going to have to find the lateral area of the big box and the lateral area of the inside box, and then we're going to have to add them together because we'd have to paint all around the sides on the outside and all around the sides on the inside. So we'll do the lateral area of the big one. Its perimeter is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, which gives me 16, times its height, which is 5. And then the lateral area of the small is 2 by 1 by 2 by 1, which is 6, times its height, which is still 5. And we're going to add those together for a total times 5 plus 6 times 5, lateral area of 110 centimeters squared. Then for the surface area, when we add on our two bases, the bases are a little bit funny because basically the bases look like this. So I wouldn't have to paint this little square in here, but I have to paint the rest of it. So I'd have to paint a 5 by 3, but minus out a 2 by 1. So I have 110 plus 2 times that would give me a total of 136 centimeters squared. Okay, this first one says classify the figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a pentagon prism. I think in your book they'll probably say pentagonal prism, but I'm not worried about the English part of it. As long as you say pentagon prism, that's fine. So in this pentagon prism, we have to remember that the base is the pentagon. So the way they have it pictured here, they actually have it like sitting up on its side, depending on how you look at it. But the base, there's one base, and then here is the other base. I don't know if that made it better or worse for you, but the base is a pentagon. So you have to remember that that's the shape that we're looking for the base. So in order to find the lateral area, I have to do the perimeter of the base. Now, if you look down here, it's telling us that on this pentagon, it has an apothem A, and it's telling you that that is 4.13, and they're telling you that each side is 6. So its perimeter would be 36 times its height, which is 5. So the lateral area would be 36 times 5, which is 180 meters squared. Next, find the area of each base. So we have to go back to our polygon formula, which is half the apothem times the perimeter, which we already figured out was 36, and half times 4.13 times 36, 74.34. Then for the surface area, I'm going to need 2 of those plus the 180. So I have 180 plus 2 of the bases, which are 74.34, for a total of 328.68 meters squared. And the last one, the base of a triangle prism is a right triangle with a height of 3 and a base of 4. The height of the prism, I don't know if I'll be able to draw a triangular prism very well, kind of like that. So the height of this thing is 5. Find the lateral area of the prism. Well, in order to find the lateral area, I'll have to do the perimeter of the base, which I don't have the hypotenuse. So I can solve for that by the Pythagorean theorem, which then will give me the hypotenuse as 5. 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 12 times the height of our prism, which is 5. So the lateral area is 60 centimeters squared. Now for the surface area, I'll have to do 60 plus 2 of these. So 2 of the half base times height. And so my total is going to be 72 centimeters squared.